From 19 hours on Monday to 12:40 hours on Tuesday morning, the members of Parliament discussed and debated a motion to adopt and implement the recommendations from the Commission of Inquiry (COI) report into the assassination of Dr. Walter Rodney. The debate came 41 years after the assassination of Dr. Rodney, a political activist and distinguished professor, and the motion, which was moved by Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Gail Teixeira, drew 12 speakers, 3 from the government side of the House and 9 from the UPNU AFC opposition. While presenting, Minister Teixeira underscored that the motion that was moved was done with the intention of providing some closure to the family of Dr. Rodney and making tangible changes.
Here is a one moment only, one moment where this House can say that we adopt the report. The adopt the report doesn't mean you like it, but you recognize what it stands for in terms of the evidence and record of who gave evidence. If you didn't like the evidence, why didn't you bring your people to give evidence at the commission inquiry? If you had a different narrative, a different story, why didn't you? You had the opportunity. But also you have the opportunity to stand by the recommendations. We believe that the time for healing, and whether the PNC, RIG, APNU, AFC comes to term with the past and steps on the road to national unity, you will be found, if you don't join, left alone. And the people will deal with you as they did in 2020. They didn't vote for you. And so you have a choice. You're at a crossroad. You have a choice. And therefore, the attempt to weaken any embryonic efforts at building a one Guyana for all of us as a people.
Some of the recommendations from the report include having a well-trained, highly professional and impartial police force and army, improving record-keeping systems, protecting against the tampering of the electoral system to secure an unfair advantage, and strengthening ethnic harmony and a sense of national unity. There was considerable opposition to the motion, though, articulated by the 9 speakers from the opposition. Opposition parliamentarian Ganesh Mahipal opined that the COI was not impartially conducted and instead was done to name, shame and blame the People's National Congress, PNC. The PNC is the largest party within the Partnership for National Unity UPNU coalition, and it is the party that has been held culpable for Dr. Rodney's assassination while in government then.
The People's National Congress was always and will always support a full and impartial investigation surrounding the death of Dr. Walter Rodney. But this commission of inquiry that was had in 2014 and lasted until 2016 and cost the taxpayers somewhere around $550 million was far from impartial. And I believe strongly that the PPP's only intent was this COI, the only intent with this COI is to seek out cheap political mileage.
Many of the opposition parliamentarians agreed with Mahipal's statements. Annette Ferguson, who is the vice chair of the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, was one such parliamentarian who defended the PNC and criticized the report. The assertions of a flawed COI report based on tainted commissioners and hearsay were, however, dismissed by Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandalal.
We must have professional courtesy. We must have committee. This is the National Assembly of our country. This thing is streaming live. What those people will hear, what their family will say. But all they did was their professional work. All they did, they were invited to serve a cause in our country. And they came. And your government met with them. President Granger met with his commission after change of government. There are pictures in the press. The learned Attorney General at the time met with them. Mr. Harman, the honorable member, met with this commission. And today, all of you, as representatives of that party, you stand here and you make these disparaging remarks about this report.
The motion was carried despite the lack of support from the APNU AFC parliamentarians, since the government has a one-seat majority. Reporting for the newsroom, I am Vishani Ragabir.